Welcome back to Liberty Marksman. I'm Scott.
And I'm Ken. Have you ever thought about reloading shotgun shells before? I mean, let's face it. Every time you go to the range, you're left with a box of empty shells.
Yeah.
And what do you do with them?
I don't throw them away.
Neither do I.
We usually bring them back here and we'll tune those loads to exactly the way we want them to work.
Yep.
And that's pretty easy to do. And the price point on the Lee Load All 2, you really can't beat the deal.
Yep. I mean, it's in the $50 range, and it's far cheaper than the $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 you get for some of the other equipment. And hell, you might not like it, so you might as well jump into this and give it a try.
The one nice part about loading your own shotgun shells, unlike your standard
metallic cartridges, is you've got options. You've got options of different wads, different loads, different shot patterns, and
all of these things will help you do what you're looking to do with your shotgun.
You can fine tune it to your choke, your shotgun setup, and extend it, your range, or bring it in closer, or whatever you'd like to do. That's the fun part about it, is the options are endless.
And the price point for building a much better completed shell is about what you'd pay for the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer, really. If you're into that type of sport, then I can't see not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, for the small investment that it is, it's
time-wise,
you can
really get efficient with it.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing about 100 rounds an hour, and that's just casual pace, I guess you could say. We're not pressing mad. So why don't we show you what you got to do to set it up and give it a shot yourself?
Check this out.
When you get your load all, it's going to come with no bushings installed on the slide. Your powder bushings range from a really small hole to a large hole. Now you can see they are numbered, and the chart will help you pick out which bushing is right for you. Then it also comes with bushings for the amount of shot you're going to use, and they are numbered here as well. For the load we're going to do, we're going with 1 1/8 ounce, so that would be this bushing, and that's going to install on the right side of your slide. And then for our powder, you'll have to find some data online. Lee gives you a little bit, and I kind of found some conflicting information there, because this chart is from Hodgdon, and the powder we are going to use is the WST Winchester. It's a super target, and we were looking for 18.1 grains, and they recommend using the bushing 1.41, and the Lee paperwork shows for Winchester super target that you will get 18.2 grains using the 134 bushing. So what I recommend doing is trying each bushing and then weighing the charge. But I've already done that, so we are going to go with the 13.4, and that powder one installs on the left side, as you can see, just slots in there. So let's put it in the press, and we'll go into measuring out your powder. Okay, we are going to install our charge bar. Now, I want to point out one thing, that if you're measuring your amount of powder and it's not coming out what the chart was telling you, and you're going to change out your bushing, you don't have to empty the hopper all the way. What you do is you leave it so it's covering the fill port, and you roll it out, and then this way you can slide your bushing out, change it, and put it back in. Because that's the one thing with this press that is kind of a pain, is that there's no good way to empty it. So we're going to put our cover on. You could use a flat blade, or I'm using spin tight. It's a 1/4 inch. Alright, let's fill it with powder and shot. Fill it with powder. Take the top off. The top is a good spot to store some of your extra pieces and whatnot. Pour our powder in. Like I said, we're going to use Winchester Super Target. And then we're going to pour in our shot. We're using number 8 lead shot. Alright, let's, what do you say we go ahead and load some rounds? Put a couple other items in place. This is the primer assembly. So this will go down in here, and then this will go on top. And then your door goes there. Now that we have our powder drop set up with a proper amount, and our shot set up, and it's metering the proper amount, we're going to take our shell, and we're going to put the resizing collar over the shell, and it goes into the first stage. Here it will resize the shell and knock out the old primer. Then we're going to take new primer, drop it in this station, move it to here, and it will knock off the sizing ring, and we'll also push in the new primer. And we're going to go to the filling stage. So you want to press all the way down, adds your powder, lift that up, put in your wad, push this all the way down, fill your shot. The next stage is the crimp stage. This is either a 8-point crimp or a 6-point crimp. These are 8-point, so go into the first station here, and I find that when you come down, if you kind of rotate it back and forth a little bit, it'll line it up perfectly. It'll start the crimp like that, and then in the last stage, it'll finish the crimp. And you've got yourself a loaded shotgun round. More at a little closer camera angle here. Drop the primer in. There you go. We'll get one more view, zoomed in a little more. Drop the primer in. Color on the shell. That noise you hear is the primer dropping into this compartment here with your spent primers. as you can see, it's not that difficult to do. It's a really easy piece of equipment to use, and you know what? It adds another element to your shooting sports.
Yeah, it's a hobby. Well, we all enjoy this as a hobby, and this is another part of that hobby where you get to hone your skills and hone your tools that you're using for your hobby.
You know, and if it's raining or snowy and it's just too crappy to get out to the field, hey, you can do this and enjoy your day and still be involved with firearms.
It's a little stress reliever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I like it. It's kind of calming. So, what did you want to tell people today?
I want everybody to stay tuned because we are going to be having some stress test videos on our AR15mold.com Freedom 15 pour kit. This is a poured blower receiver for an AR-15. We're going to be doing some testing.
Yeah, we're going to do a how-to and some madness. That's all I can say.
Some madness, exactly.
So that's next week. And as for right now, why don't you grab your favorite boomstick and let's go out to the field and try these rounds out.
We're out.